So Tesla, Elon Musk has just cut the price of the Model S twice in this week already. I think he was going for a little bit.
What is that about?
I think he's going for that 69,420. We know he loves the 420 number, but is it more than a publicity stunt or?
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So Elon Musk, the Memelord extraordinaire, has just cut the Tesla Model S price to $69,420. Round of applause for CEO of the century. Well done, Elon Musk. May the memes continue. But in all seriousness, who else would do this? Who else has the sense of humor? What other automotive CEO, again using the term automotive company loosely because Tesla's much small, who else would do this? Literally no one. And of course, this was in response to Lucid Air announcing the pricing for their entry-level Lucid, which is coming out apparently in 2022, starting at $69,990. So Tesla, of course, had to do one better. Now, this is strategically brilliant for two reasons. First of all, once again, as I've reiterated so many times, Elon Musk is a real human being. He's about the only CEO on planet Earth who is an actual human. Basically everybody else, they morph and change into who they need to be. They put on a facade, they water themselves down, they tone down their comments, they reserve their opinions, they keep quiet. Not Elon. Elon doesn't give a fuck. Mark my words, over the long term, Tesla's brand is going to be one of the strongest in the world because it is run by a real human being. Actually, maybe he's an alien, but you guys get the point, right? Not only does this price cut indicate Tesla continues to drive their costs down and they have so much power that they can cut prices at will should they choose to, but the fact that this is so memeable has caused this to become a major news piece. Multiple networks talking about this. That's kind of the point of this video, so let's dive in. But first, hey guys, if you live in the US and would like up to 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 each, use the link in the description to WeBull and deposit $100 in your account. Each of these stocks will be a minimum of $8 in value, so if you suck at math, that is a 16% ROI on $100. Not bad. And if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
Where would the world be without Elon Musk? Let's go straight to his latest tweet about Tesla, and here's what he said. The gauntlet has been thrown down. The prophecy will be fulfilled. Model S price changes to $69,420. Pro-Subramanian. At last, we can get a $69,000 car. I hope you have the income to get it. Okay, tell us more about what Tesla's up to.
So Adam, it's, interesting set of numbers there. We won't get into that.
Oh, come on, Yahoo. Where is your sense of humor, guys? At least explain for the 3 people sitting at home on their couch watching, not knowing what 420 and 69 even mean. I mean, remember, this is from the same CEO who tweeted this a few years ago. This is probably Elon Musk's most important tweet of all time. Sew one button doesn't make you a tailor. Cook one meal doesn't make you a chef. But fuck one horse and you're a horse fucker for all of history. This is a real tweet, guys. I'm not even messing around. I mean, Google this, okay? Like, this is real. This is Elon. And that's the point. He's a real human, okay? He's not a CEO. He's a human being. I love it.
It's the big story here is it's a second price cut for the Model S in 2 weeks, right? So this first one, the gauntlet has been thrown, is referring to Lucid and their Air. Their new sedan that competes with the Model S is going to price actually below what the Model S was going to be with the government tax credit. So Elon cut that price from $71,990 to $69,420. So he's below that $70,000 threshold. Earlier this week, the Model S cost you $74,990. So you're going basically $5,000 less in the span of 4 days, which is a big move. But I just want to highlight that the Model S is actually a very low volume car for Tesla. It's around maybe 5% of unit sales. This is according to Credit Suisse because Tesla doesn't break out Model S in terms of their Model S and Model X sales in terms of the percentages. So it's a big price change for a car that they don't sell that many of.
Yeah, Praz, I kind of want to ask about that. How will this impact them, if at all, right? I mean, I see on the roads, around New York and New Jersey where we are, plenty of Model 3s, a good number of Model X's, but the Model S, it seems like since the 3 and the X have come out, the volumes of those that I'm seeing, it's just smaller. Is that the case? And does that mean that the obvious joke of a price doesn't matter that much?
I will say this. So the Model 3 and Model Y together are about 89% of unit sales. This is according to Tesla's just recently released Q3 delivery numbers. So, it's a small, percent from like a unit sales perspective, but the Model S is still their halo car in a sense. It's the car that now has a plaid version that can just beat basically any mid to full size scale performance sedan right now. It's still a car that people still want in terms of the high end, and it's competing against the S classes. It's competing against the BMW 5 Series and 7 Series. So there is a market there for that, and right now the S still sells, even though the car is over 10 years old. So I think it does matter, and I think it's good that Elon is trying to compete against the Lucid Air, which is it's a formidable competitor. It's got a lot of range and performance. So it's small potatoes in terms of their sales, but I think he knows he has to still compete in that market.
Imagine how unsettling it would be if you were BMW or Audi or Mercedes or Lexus and you're attempting to compete with Tesla, at least in the premium market. You've already lost, don't even try against 3 and Y. But hey, let's compete against the S, okay? The premium sedan market. Let's do that. Only to see Tesla's ability to cut prices at will, not because they need to, not to spur on demand, but for the lols. That is a really scary situation to be in. Remember, Tesla continues to add features, add value, make their cars more compelling, better for the consumer, and continues to drive down costs and improve performance and add features. This is a really scary proposition for the luxury car makers, like a really scary proposition. Tesla's going to continue to push and drive costs down even further just to stomp on Lucid, kill their hopes and dreams before they've even had a chance to get going. Where does that leave the luxury internal combustion engine vehicle makers? They're f***ed.
Pras, tell me a little bit more about this Lucid vehicle that we're talking about here and what would make it a formidable, as you say, it's got, the range, for example. One of the things that has driven Tesla sales is this sort of mystique, right? Not just about Musk, but about the car itself, that it's a sexy car to drive. Does Lucid have that same appeal? And what is the demand like for those cars?
Well, Lucid is kind of a big name now in the space, even bigger than others that are competing against Tesla. And the issue that Lucid is they took a while for them to come out with their car. They did. The styling is a little bit outdated, but it's getting some buzz because of the fact that the base model can go have 400-mile range and has some pretty impressive performance stats, just like the Model S. So it is a big competitor. It's California-based. People are excited about it, but is it going to get the buzz that the Model S? We look at the fans that Tesla has. Lucid doesn't have those fans yet, right? So maybe it's a matter of time before that does happen, and you get the craze on that side too. But I think Lucid is a good competitor, but I don't know, especially when it comes to range. But I just don't know if the styling and the mystique is there yet for that brand.
If I'm being honest, I really do feel that Lucid is targeting a completely different buyer to Tesla. Tesla is going after consumers that want value, performance, features, functionality, okay? People that care about the environment. Whereas Lucid is geared towards a buyer more likely to be attempting to convey a certain level of prestige and social status through the vehicle they own. Maybe they're trying to compensate for a lack of inches in terms of their height, obviously. Maybe that's just a cultural thing. But I really feel that who Lucid is targeting and who Tesla are targeting are worlds apart. Sure, Tesla may lose a few potential buyers to Lucid, the kind of people that were going to buy a Tesla for the same reasons they'll now be able to convey through Lucid. Oh, look at me. But overall, I don't think there's much overlap. I think Tesla is just trolling Lucid for the lols. But at the end of the day, there's going to be very few people who will opt for a Lucid Air over a Model S. Yes, there'll be some, but in the scheme of things, it's very insignificant.
Let's get a little bit stock specific here. We've seen some of those high-flying tech names come under pressure today. And some of the other big names that we've been following, a name like Tesla, that stock off just around 2.5% today. Elon Musk announcing a price cut for the Model S. It's his second one this week. And Rick, when you take a look at the stock's reaction to this news, I mean, the street at least is seeing this as a negative here for the company, at least in the near term.
I don't want to be too harsh on Yahoo Finance here, but just going from my personal insight and my perspective, I don't think the price cuts are what affected Tesla's stock price yesterday. My entire watch list on the WeBull app, by the way, link in description, don't forget your 2 free stocks, was in the red. So does that mean Tesla's price cut caused the entire sector to go down, or maybe this is just completely unrelated?
I guess. So Tesla said they're going to cut the price of the Model S and some other models. Basically, it looks like they're trying to get in the competitive ballpark with this new company, Lucid, that has a sedan coming onto the market in a few months. that will compete with the Model S. So Elon Musk tweeted that the new price will be just over $69,000.
Come on, man. You've got to at least mention the meme. That's the whole point of the price. It was a gigantic meme. I feel like this is one of those get off my lawn old grandpa kind of a things. He just doesn't even want to acknowledge it. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but I mean, why would you abbreviate the price when the whole point of the price, it's a specific meme? Dude, come on. Where's your sense of humor?
Which will undercut the Lucid sedan when it hits the market. But this is kind of weird in a way, Shauna. I mean, the way most automakers price their cars is they set an MSRP when the thing goes on the market, and nobody pays the MSRP. You negotiate with the dealer, and usually you get it lower than the MSRP, but if it's a really hot car, it's going to be higher than the MSRP. So the MSRP doesn't really mean that much for most cars.
Can we just take a moment to acknowledge how messed up and not user-friendly the dealership experience is for customers? Going to a dealership to buy a car and you don't even know what price you'll end up paying for it. If you're a shitty negotiator, you're going to pay way more than somebody who's a master. This is just not fair. It's not a good user experience. Tesla's doing things different and better. I think everybody should adopt this model, but they probably won't, and they're going out of business anyway, so who cares?
Tesla's different because it doesn't really have dealers, and they're obviously trying to do things differently. So I guess Elon Musk wants everybody to know that Tesla will remain competitive on price with everybody out there. If volumes don't change, then in theory that reduces your revenue by a little bit, but in reality, when you lower the price, sometimes you sell more cars. So I'm not sure it's a net negative for Tesla.
One point that wasn't mentioned here is the fact that Tesla continues to drive their costs down. It's not like their hand has been forced and they're suffering far lower margins as a result. They continue to reduce the prices of their vehicles consistently over time as they can, and there's no end in sight.
Yeah, we'll certainly see the stock at least under pressure today after they cut prices for the second time in a week with a falling just over 2%.
Hey Yahoo, here's how to have a sense of humor.
So Tesla, Elon Musk has just cut the price of the Model S twice this week already. I think he was going for a little bit.
What is that about?
I think he's going for that 69,420. We know he loves the 420 number, but is it more than a publicity stunt, or is there anything to take away from that?
I think he's trying to be Henry Ford. I think he's trying to make it so it's a mass car. He wants lower prices for everything. But it's like Amazon Web Services. There's this unbelievable move by these really smart new guys on the scene to lower the price of everything. It's kind of like what Walmart did and what Costco did.
Cramer's hit the nail on the head. Elon's goal is to continue driving costs down and make these vehicles as mass market affordable as possible. Just imagine being anybody attempting to compete with Tesla at this point in time. You try to undercut them on price. Immediately, bang, they respond and cut their price on a vehicle that's available today, whereas yours is at least 2 years away. You want to outperform them, add some features, outdo them on acceleration or range? Yeah, good luck with that too. Tesla's response, bang, immediately. The point here is that no one's catching Tesla. It's now just a game of, okay, how do you position yourself as a clear second place and just get Tesla's leftovers? The people who, for whatever reason, have opted not to go for the obvious choice in terms of value, performance, features, functionality, etc. Something to think about. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and stake using the links below. Open a new WeBull account, deposit $100 and you'll get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600. And stake, spin the roulette wheel, you'll either get Nike, GoPro or Dropbox. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.